peeps. Finally got connected. Apologies about the wait. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Let's cut to some stuff. Yo! So, yeah, I was having pure grief trying to connect then. Too much technical stuff in my world. And I hope this does hold. I've got some red flashing lights, actually, at the moment. It's a Wirecast broadcast issue, just so we know. Let me just check on Facebook before I start pressing play here. Yes, okay. What I want to do is share 2 new songs with you today, people. I am having some flashing red lights on the streaming software, so let me just look at what that is. I think we're good on YouTube, people. Facebook crew, give me a heads up. Let me know how we're looking. I've gone back to green lights now on the streaming software, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk to you about this song. I've got some comments here from you guys. Let's have a look. So, 2 songs to play to you. First of all, Wayne Cunningham, long-term freeform DJ, big fan of the music. He came to me last year wanting to do a remix of Hybrid Kid 2000. And if you don't know the original, once I've done this stream, go and have a listen, because Hybrid are an awesome breakbeat act. Let me just get these comments coming on here as well. So Hybrid, I've been listening to for years and years, and I'm a fan of their breakbeat stuff. I've been listening to them on the Global Underground albums and everything. Oh, look, Wayne's in the chat here. Oi, oi, Wayne. Wayne Patrick's there. So this is Wayne I'm talking about right here. So he hired the vocal skills of singer Catherine Knight, aka Cat Knight. Now she is a legendary rave singer. She's been on loads of material, absolutely tons of stuff, and it's been a pleasure to work with her. She's absolutely bonkers. I don't think Wayne knew how bonkers she was. Bonkers in a good way, amazingly creative, such a good singer. He brought her to the studio and it was like having the Tasmanian devil here, because she was just pumped up, ready to go. She was well rehearsed on this track. She'd researched the original. I take my hat off to her. She's a complete professional. So this was a very musical song, very orchestral, very hard to work out. Me and Wayne worked together really hard. I've spent some extra time on it afterwards just to fine tune it. So I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to play you mine and Wayne, DJ Randomised Minds remix of Hybrid Kid 2000. And this is an unofficial remix and I'm going to bundle it in to the Universal Energy album. So everybody who's pledged is going to get this, but it's not something we can put on general release. So you pledgers are very lucky people. Here we go. Okay, anybody that has comments, I'll answer your questions after. Yes, get in, people. And by the way, if you're listening on YouTube, the audio is a lot better. We're broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube right now, and I'm looking at your comments on both. So turn it up, get rocking, people. Here we go.
What changed your mood? You've gone all sad, so I feel sad too. I think I know some things we never outgrow. You think it's wrong, I can't tell you to. How can I
How's that for a breakdown, eh? Can't wait to see this one live in a big venue, man.
All my sorrow, all my blues, all my sorrow. Shut the light, go away. Full of grace, you cover your face. All my sorrow, all my blues, all my sorrow. Cute, gracious kid, your eyes are cute, but you won't cry. No, and greetings, the tempted. No, you won't let them go. Oh no, oh. See the light, show the way. Full of grace, just who you is so.
Yeah, man, just rolling this one out now. So, seems like on Facebook you guys are loving this. Let me answer some of your questions. Adam Alvarez, this is really good. Wicked. Oscar Richards, yes. Wayne's very happy to see that people are digging it. Paul Thomas, excellent sound. Paul T. Eagle, very 007. Yes, because the original is. And I tell you what, unpeeling all those melodies, just doing it by ear was very difficult indeed. Hey Donna M, how you doing? Simon Freedom says, nice one Wayne, and he knows the original, which is wicked. Chris Simmons, awesomeness. Sean Donnelly prefers it to the original. Well, that is saying something. They're two completely different tracks. Hey Anna Louise, how you doing? Kerry Chan, sick. Stefan Joet, she's got a great voice. Yes, she has. I tell you what, she really has got power. Sean says it's better than the original. That's wicked. Sean Domini. Reese Price. Paul Thomas sounds wicked. Oof. That's just a great one-word thing, isn't it? Oh my God, that is hot, says Chris Foggy. Easy Eddie Cohen's. How you doing? Kurt McDonald coming in now. Let's have a little look on YouTube. Oh, by the way, someone asked how I made that bass. Who was that? I can't remember who, but I'm going to show you now. I'll show you how I made the bass. And on YouTube, loving the orchestral overtones combined with the driving energy. That is AWOL. Johnny Butterfield reminds me of Chaos. I can understand why on Bonkers. Yep. The album's going to be excellent, says Silverblade. So, yeah, let's just solo this kick and bass. Someone was asking about that. Kick drum. Plenty of very cleverly used compression, not just compression for the sake of it, but spanked. And then on this SSL plugin here, I use the high pass bypass, so any frequency below 196 hertz is not compressed, therefore you don't suck the low end out of it. And I am totally spanking this compressor really hard. And I'm using what's called virtual gain and THD here, which simulates overdriving an analog console desk. So I've done a lot of work to make that kick sound tight. And over here I'm using June, and it's just a very simple patch with one oscillator, and it's a saw wave. And the secret here, two different things. One is this MIDI pattern here. So if I change it back from 64s to 32s, you can see that I've got a note on every 16th, but the one that appears on the offbeat is louder than the one before and after it. And in June, I've set the filter envelope to be linked to velocity. So therefore, notes that are played quieter, the filter doesn't open as much. When the note hits the offbeat, the filter's open fully, and again, when it hits the next note, the filter isn't open as much. And as well as that, if I solo just this bass, EQ wise, I've rolled off the super low end, which gets in the way of a bad mix. Again, I've gone into this SSL console and I'm running this virtual gain. You get a glued sound, but I'm side chaining it. So this is the multi-band side chain, and I am literally stopping all of the sound hitting when the kick drum hits. If I take this off, then the bass is going to be overlapping the kick. So I've done this, but I want to take that off for a sec just to show you what this filter envelope is doing. So this is the filter envelope. And that's how you get the shape to that bubble. So it's using a decay on the filter basically. So it rolls along nicely. Oh yeah, one thing I haven't showed you yet is that there's a mid-range layer here. This is an arpeggio from Alchemy. So if I play this on its own, it's got quite a lot of bass in it, this, so I've rolled off all of the bass, otherwise it gets in the way of the other bass. You should never layer two subtones, you're likely to get phase cancellation. So with both of those and the kick, you've got this really sort of driving, bubbly bass, which lots of people love in freeform. And then the rest of this track, I mean, it was all about working out these orchestral melodies and really fine-tuning, listening to the original and working out the chord progressions and the harmonies. I've used lots of layers of strings from East-West. Now, if you don't know what East-West is, look at their composer cloud. I've got these strings here. And then into here. Oh. So it sounds like a real orchestra. Composer Cloud is now a subscription service to get all of the East-West libraries. It's really good value for money. You're talking 20 grand's worth of software that you have for about £15 a month. It might be a bit more than that. It might be 20, 25. I really can't quite remember. But as soon as I saw they were doing a subscription, I signed up because I couldn't afford to buy all of their plugins. And now I can access every single one of their libraries. And that is a lot of really good quality sounds. You're talking the stuff that's used in the movies and all the cinematic stuff. Whoa! If you don't put your side chain in on your bass, that's what your bass sounds like. So there you go, peeps. For everybody who's pledged on this album, this is a treat to you from myself and Wayne. And Wayne's there in the chat on Facebook right now. Go and give him some love, everybody. Awesome guy. Booked me for his night. And I went and DJ'd for him. He's got so much passion for freeform, for the rave scene. So big ups, Wayne. What I'm going to do now is open another project. And while that is opening, just tell you about this track. So a lot of you will know the name Paul Hardcore. Paul is an awesome dude who's local to me here, although I've known him since I worked at Wax City before I started New Energy Records. Wax City was a record shop in Croydon. I used to sell Paul his vinyls. He lived in Croydon, and then I relocated to Kent, and I had no idea that he lived literally round the corner from the studio. And it was through doing Paul's early sessions as a studio customer. So Paul writes his own music at home. all his own melodies, does rough arrangements, and he basically books me to chunk things up in the mix and finish things off. And when I did the first track for him, which was The Enigma, I realised this was a massive, massive song. And we did one more track, and I sat Paul down. And this is before I'd started New Energy back again as a label. I said, look, Paul, these tracks are equally as good as everything we released on New Energy previously. How about I kickstart the label again with these songs? Which are basically mine and yours work. And of course he was bang up for that. So it's through Paul booking me to produce his music that New Energy Records started back up again. And he really did ignite my passion through Big Jam Studios for Freeform again. And he has come up with this piece of musical genius here. We did a day together to finish it off. I did some pretty crazy noise work with it. All the melodies are his. He basically found a sample pack with loads of cool female vocals, and he chopped bits, stretched them, timed them, and then put the melodies to it. And when he came to me and I listened to what he'd done, I just said, look, Paul, this is huge. And it is huge, and it is called Hearts on Fire. Originally, the demo actually was called Suicide Music, because that is known as Music Is My Suicide track. So let me play this one to you guys. Turn this one up. Here we go. And by the way, is Paul here? Yes, he is. Paul is online. Paul Thomas. So everyone give Paul some love. Hello, Gloria. Yes, I do remember you. How the devil are you?
Shaking, hearts on fire. I'm waiting.
Whoops. Sounds better now.
Music is my suicide.
go, peeps.
Hearts on fire.
Are your hearts on fire?
Music is my suicide.
Just love emphasising that clap with this noise. I mean, cool's that? I mean, this breakdown actually reminds me of the Anna remix, the way it progresses and builds and gets to that big hands in the air moment.
Shaking, hearts on fire.
Just building it,
Tethered to the wire.
introducing some of the pads and the string elements.
So jump, baby, we're gonna jump. Dive right into life.
Yeah, plenty of layers there. And then this build up, I did a crazy thing. Again, using this infected mushroom, I wish. So I bounced out. No, that's not even working, is it? So I just looped the word suicide, basically. So it sounded like this.
Suicide, 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 suicide.
And I put it through this. That is all that vocal. And mashing up some settings, and yeah, I feel it, man. Are you all feeling it? Let's have a little look. Wayne's feeling it, Donna's feeling it, Paul is there saying it's an honour to work with me. I'm blushing. Vocals are gorgeous on this, beautiful. Oh yeah, love the vocals, immense track, love to check your pulse. Yes, unless you work in a library and you listen to new age folk, then this album would scare the life out of you, but of course, people like that aren't likely to be tuned into my Facebook page. Yeah, okay, cool. People are loving the melody, the acid. Oh my days, let's have a little look on YouTube. CPU about to explode, lagging. Okay, so YouTube people have had buffering problems going on. Sorry about that. I do apologise for my buffer. Yes, I'm using an Apple Mac. That is right. I'm using a Mac Pro. Fire away, otherwise I'm just going to let you all know that I'm still fully on the case with this album. Obviously you can't pledge for it anymore, so if you didn't, tough luck. I should have extra CD copies to sell once I've finished making everything, and there's still people messaging me about the Backcat USB, but for now I'm fully focused on finishing writing all this material. I've got 2 more productions on the go. One of them with Mr. K Complex, who is sending me some stuff. That is happening. The other one being my remix of Let Me Be Your Fantasy. And then I've still got about 5 or 6 drum and bass remixes to finish, because I watched our Universal Energy PA on YouTube and Facebook has already heard those drum and bass tracks. So I'm hard at work. And once I finish doing all that, then I've got to get your t-shirts made. Then I've got to get the artwork for your CDs and your CDs made. And then I've got to finish mastering all the Backcat, which is no quick job, but I've already started. And so your patience is all I need now, people. Let's have a little look. Need that plug-in, says Wayne. All right, I am going to sign out. Leave you all to it. Thanks for listening.